All right, let's dive in. Think about your favorite online store for a second. What is it that keeps you going back? Is it the deals? The huge selection? Well, today, we're going to look at some fascinating research that found the real secret to online loyalty, and I'll bet it's not what you think.
No, really, think about it. Is it the promise of easy returns? A really good sale? Because we're about to dig into some research that pinpointed the exact things that make or break our loyalty when we're shopping online.
And to really get this, we have to rewind to the pandemic. I mean, it didn't just tweak how we shop, it completely rewrote the rules, creating this intense, super competitive digital world. All of a sudden, sellers weren't just up against the local shop, they were competing with literally everyone, everywhere, all at once.
And just to give you a sense of the sheer scale we're talking about, take a look at a market like Indonesia. By 2023, they were projected to have over 212 million e-commerce users. I mean, when a market is that massive and growing that fast, the number one question for every single seller is, in this endless sea of choices, how do you get a customer to stick with you?
So that's the big mystery, right? And it's exactly what a group of researchers in Indonesia wanted to solve. They took a close look at over 100 online shoppers to figure out what truly makes a customer happy, and even more importantly, what turns that happiness into loyalty.
The researchers really zeroed in on this idea they called eservice quality, which, is just a fancy way of saying the entire experience you have online. It's the whole shebang, from the moment you land on the website to the moment you might need help with your order. And they broke this big idea down.
They decided to test 4 key things. First, efficiency. Is the site actually fast and simple to use? Second, privacy. Do you feel like your personal info is safe with them? Third, responsibility. If something goes wrong, are they quick and helpful? And finally, the big one, compensation. How good are they with refunds and returns?
So they crunched all the numbers, and for 3 of these factors, the results were pretty much what you'd expect. But one of them delivered a total surprise. It was a finding that really goes against what most of us assume makes for happy online shoppers.
Okay, first up, efficiency. The study confirmed that yes, a fast, smooth, easy-to-use website has a huge positive effect on how satisfied you are. No shocker there, right? We all get frustrated with a clunky website.
Next up, privacy. And again, a big, clear yes. Customers felt way more satisfied when they trusted that their personal data was being kept secure. I mean, in this day and age, that kind of trust is absolutely critical. And number 3, being responsive. The research proved that when sellers solve problems quickly and effectively, it has a major positive impact on satisfaction. So let's be clear. A fast site, secure data, and helpful service, they're all proven winners.
But what about compensation? That generous, no questions asked return policy that so many brands spend millions on and build their whole reputation around. Well, here's the twist. The study found it had no significant impact on customer satisfaction at all.
I mean, this table just lays it out perfectly. Look at those green check marks. Efficiency, privacy, responsibility, all clear drivers of making customers happy. And then you have compensation with that big red X next to it. It just didn't move the needle. So the big question is, why on earth not?
So why doesn't a fantastic returns policy, something companies really bet the farm on, actually make customers happier? Well, the researchers had a few really interesting ideas about why this is.
Okay, so first off, we just expect a return policy these days. It's not a special bonus, it's just a standard feature of shopping online. Second, on these huge platforms, the marketplace itself often handles the refund, not the actual seller, so you don't really build a positive connection with the store. And third, and this is the big one, it's just a pain to claim a refund. You've got to report it, verify it, pack it up, ship it back. It's a whole process.
The study itself puts it really well, basically saying that a lot of us find the whole thing so tedious, we'd rather just buy a new one, or even just find a different store altogether than go through the hassle of a return. In other words, the effort often outweighs the actual benefit of the refund. So, if a great return policy isn't the secret ingredient, then what is? Well, let's circle back to those 3 factors that do work, because it turns out they aren't the final goal. They're actually the building blocks for something way more powerful. You see, a speedy website, secure data, and helpful service. These 3 pillars all combine to build genuine customer satisfaction. The real goal isn't just being good at fixing problems after they've already happened. The goal is to provide an experience that's so smooth and so trustworthy that problems are way less likely to even happen in the first place. And this brings us to the final, and honestly, the most important piece of the puzzle. Okay, so we figured out how to make a customer happy with one purchase. But how do you get them to come back over and over and over again? The study tested that exact connection.
And the data they found here is just wow. Researchers used something called the T-score to measure how strong a link is. Now, as you can see, the score they found was over 10. To put that in perspective for you, any score above 2 is already considered statistically significant. So this isn't just a small connection, it's a rock-solid, undeniable link. A truly satisfied customer is almost guaranteed to become a loyal one.
So, what's the big takeaway from all this? Whether you're running an online store or you're just a smart shopper, these findings have some really clear, practical lessons for all of us.
For businesses, the message couldn't be clearer. Invest your energy in getting the core experience right. A seamless, secure, and responsive service is going to build way more loyalty than just being good at fixing mistakes. And for us, as shoppers, it shows that what we really value, maybe without even realizing it, is a process that's just easy and safe. It all comes down to this golden chain. Efficiency plus privacy plus responsibility leads to satisfaction. And that satisfaction is what creates real loyalty.
And that leaves us with one final thought. The next time you go to click Add to Cart, what are you really going to be looking for? The safety net of knowing you can return something, or the confidence that comes from a smooth, secure, and trustworthy experience from the very start?